Hey, Dave Watts with Winwell Tennis here, and today we're going to talk about the drop shot, specifically the backhand drop shot. Okay, now before we get into all of the mechanics and different ways to hit the drop shot, let me explain what a drop shot is. A drop shot is a ball that lands short into the opponent's court and brings them forward. It doesn't have to be a winner to be effective. If you bring someone forward closer to the net and put them in an uncomfortable position, either to set up a pass or make someone volley who doesn't like to volley, you've really hit an effective drop shot. Okay, so the first key to hitting an effective drop shot is knowing when to do it and where to do it on the court. So the idea is this. You want to be moving forward. You want to be in an offensive position. So generally you're inside the baseline, a couple steps inside the baseline. The closer to the service line, the better, and also the easier it is to execute. You really want to do it when your opponent is further back in the court, when they're really pushed back and in some trouble. If they're moving forward as well, it's probably not the best time to hit a drop shot. So there's your first key. Okay, so the second key is understanding a few basic mechanics. One is the grip. You want to make sure you have a continental grip, okay? And your setup is going to be very, very similar to how you slice the ball. So when you bring your racket up here like this, you hold it up and now it's a downward blow and then the racket comes back up again. So it's a little bit of a cupping motion. Now that kind of comes from here, not necessarily with the hands and the lower arm like this. So you want to use the shoulder here to cup and go down and back up again. And the idea is to just do it very softly and let the racket just kind of do the work for you and use the weight of the racket head to hit the ball. Now let me show you how to do a few with the ball. Okay, so the idea here is this. I really want to work on relaxing the arm, hitting a nice downward blow. I don't mind the ball going higher over the net, as long as I can get it to bounce 2 to 3 times inside that box. Okay, now I just go nice and soft there and really let the racket do the work. Now the third key to really hitting an effective drop shot is your disguise. Okay, this is really the least important as you're learning the shot, but as you get better, you want to be able to disguise it. So here's a couple tips on how you can better disguise your drop shot. One, you're going to set up, if you've got a two-handed backhand, with the continental grip on this hand, which most of you have on your two-hander, and then get the racket here like this, and at the very last second, you just move into the slice. Okay, or move into the drop shot rather. So I'm here, and then I want to just drop under and soften up. So I load up, drop, and soften up. Now, let me give you one of the biggest mistakes that I see when people are trying to execute this shot. So here it is. Basically, when you're trying to hit a drop shot, you've got to be relaxed. So if you have a really stiff arm and you take a really, really big chop at the ball, okay, a lot of times your angle of your path is so steep that it makes it really difficult to time the drop shot. You don't quite get the cupping, which is too much of a chop, okay? Now, granted, if you want to hit a really, really spinny, like a crazy, almost trick shot, drop shot, yeah, you're going to take a really, really big cut. Granted, you won't be stiff. You'll still be relaxed, but you'll take a really big, steep cut at the ball. But that's not necessarily what you need to do to hit a nice, effective drop shot. So let me just show you a few examples of what not to do. Okay, so really stiff and steep makes it really difficult to have any kind of feel. Okay, now you can hit kind of crazy spin going really steep, but it does make it hard to get a nice soft kind of cradling motion. So really steep, really stiff, you don't really get that feel. So again, now if you want to have kind of a more exaggerated steepness but still stay loose, you can hit almost kind of trick drop shots with that. You can almost hit like really, really extreme, get the ball to spin back over the net, etc. So anyway, just try and stay loose, nice cradle, stay away from the big chop. Okay, so that concludes our video for the drop shot. Good luck practicing, guys. And if you want to learn how to hit a forehand drop shot, go ahead and click the link below and we will send you a video free of charge on how to do that, as well as how to hit an underhanded serve, kind of a trick shot. That's a really fun shot to implement in your matches. So anyway, if you like what you saw, go ahead and click the like button or subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave questions or comments below. Again, I'm Dave Watts from Winwell Tennis, and we'll see you next time.